And another sharp remark now that's coming in from the Congress as well. Congress spokesperson Randeep Surjewala hitting out at Nitish, saying that he has conceded defeat and now it is better that he retires.
नीतीश बाबू ने तो हमारे आदरणीय हैं, हम उनका सम्मान करते हैं क्योंकि बुजुर्ग हैं। नीतीश बाबू ने तो तीसरे चरण के चुनाव की वोट पड़ने से पहले ही इस चुनाव को अपना आखिरी चुनाव बता जदयू भाजपा की हार स्वीकार कर ली है। पर जान लें कि जदयू भाजपा का टायर्ड और रिटायर्ड नेतृत्व, जिन्होंने अब रिटायरमेंट की घोषणा भी कर डाली है, वो बिहार को कभी हरा नहीं पाएंगे।
Our correspondent Prashant is getting us further details. Prashant, of course, the political opposition to Nitish Kumar has slammed this remark, saying that this is only a way to evoke sympathy as a last-ditch effort to play the emotional card here. But has this found any resonance from the voters? What do they think about this sudden announcement?
Well, you see, I mean, having said everything that having heard everything that the opposition has said, there's one fact that no one can change. No one can change today, and the fact is that Nitish Kumar has changed Bihar. He has been a leader hated by none, loved by everyone. He is a friend of all the political parties, and today, with his decision of calling it quits and saying that perhaps this is my last electoral run, this has sent a message to people. And Nitish Kumar has been, as I said, one of the most loved leaders of Bihar, and there's 100% impact of this statement on the voters. Although the statement was made in the last political rally of Nitish Kumar, in the last speech before the campaigning ended here, this will certainly bring in the voters who were in a way disappointed with Nitish, in a way angry with Nitish, but they also liked Nitish. So it's that section of voters, the women, the EBCs, the OBCs, is that section of voters that will play a crucial role. And this statement is set to bring them in once again. We know it for a fact that JDU is facing a lot of heat, not only from the opposition, but also within the NDA, with the BJP trying to play the bigger brother. He was initially not being given the number of seats that he was asking for. But this one statement has, in a way, changed political fortunes for the NDA. It might change political fortunes for NDA, and this is something that will certainly have an impact on the voting once the people come out to vote in the last phase of election on November 7th, I beg your pardon.
Right. But Prashant, the sense here is that this has come in suddenly, last minute. This has come in on the final speech of campaign. No one ever got a whiff of this. This was never mentioned in phase 1, in phase 2, in the process of manifesto release, in the process of seat sharing formula with the BJP. This has really just come in last minute as a desperate measure.
Well, you see, this is election time. This is electoral battle that the parties are, fighting. But once again, as I said, Nitish Kumar's decision will certainly have an impact, because he's someone who doesn't speak that much. He's a very measured orator, I beg your pardon, orator. And whenever he speaks sense. We saw some sort of falling apart in the entire election campaign that he has carried. But as opposition say that perhaps opposition sees it with a different narrative. Opposition says that perhaps for the fact that the results are known to Nitish Kumar apparently, that's the reason perhaps why he has come out and already quote unquote conceded defeat. So clearly, political temperatures are soaring. Yes, the poll bugle, which was sounded by Election Commission when they announced the election, the campaigning pitch has ended now. It's all over to November 7th, and perhaps it will all boil down to the wires when the results will be announced on November 10th here in Bihar elections.
All right, Prashant, that's an interesting reading of the situation here. Perhaps this one measured statement of someone who's been a very popular chief minister could get in the votes that are desired for the BJP, JDU combined there.